speaker in this video will talk about dynamic meditation. Dynamic meditation is the cathartic meditation per excellence. If it is possible to run cathartic meditation, dynamic meditation will surely come first. After the Vipassana meditation technique, dynamic meditation is the one that was most important to the speaker. In fact, without dynamic meditation, there would have been no possibility for the speaker to practice Vipassana. The dynamic meditation technique is like taking a psychological bath, getting rid of all the dirt that has accumulated above us. It is a psychological bath. Dynamic meditation is able to remove all mental repressions. So the speaker recommends this technique to all people who want to start meditation, or even to people who have been meditating for years, but they have not achieved any psychological transformation. Obviously, for those who have meditated for years, it will be difficult to start all over again. You simply have to put aside your ego and the psychological image that you have created of yourself and meditate. You be aware of the pleasure of putting the ego aside and starting as children all over again. New technique, new life, living without past and future, living in freedom. Dynamic meditation is a technique to be practiced in the morning during the sunrise, just after you wake up. It is a noisy technique, so you will need a place where you will be free to let off steam freely. There is also a silent variant of this technique, however, is not as cathartic. During this technique, you have to be alert and conscious throughout the meditation. For this, it goes practiced in the morning, where it is easier to stay constantly on the alert. During the first stage, you will need to breathe the most energetically possible and quickly. During all stages of this technique, you will always have to remain a witness, a spectator. You will never have to identify yourself with the action you are doing. Observe the touch. It is not you who act, but you are the observer. This meditation is an individual technique. Get it done alone. It can also be done in groups, especially the first times. But don't be bothered by whom is close to you. The stomach must be completely empty. You don't have any breakfast and drink nothing. No coffee or tea. The water can be drunk at least 20 minutes before starting the catharsis. If you are meditating in a group, get a blindfold and close wide. If you meditate alone, dress as little as possible. Cathartic meditation, in general, works a lot deep in your psychology, consequently also in our body. This transformation will take place. Generally, this means pain. Therefore, pain in the stomach, head, knees, etc. If you work deep with this technique and you perform all stages appropriately, there is a possibility that the body begins to get rid of all infection present in it. This can happen after 3 or 4 months since you started practicing dynamic meditation. It is also possible that the fact that you are released from repression causes the body to leak pus in some area. If this happens to you, that is a good thing. but you have to be sure it is not the cause of a physical ailment, but that it is the cause of a psychological problem. So you will have to ask for the help of a doctor. The problem is if you go to an allopathic doctor, this means a Western medicine doctor. This kind of doctor are not able to make a diagnosis in this case. The moment he sees the pus, he will prescribe some antibiotic. Unfortunately, in the case you do treat a psychological problem or the body is freeing from an old infection, the antibiotics it will stop the whole cleaning process. The infection will be repressed. This means it will go deeper into your body. The antibiotic is only useful for infection, but not for cases where the body is purifying itself. Allopathic doctors have no preparation, which can help in a person who meditates. Oriental medicine, especially Ayurveda, is a necessary medicine when dealing with this inner cleansing process. Finding a competent Ayurvedic doctor is not an easy thing, especially if you live outside India. However, thanks to globalization and the internet, it can be easier. The first stage of dynamic meditation lasts 10 minutes. Breathe through the nose in a chaotic way, always focusing on the exhalation. The body will take care of respiration. Breathe as quickly and as deeply as possible. Help yourself with the natural movement of the body to accumulate energy. Observe the energy as it grows, but do not let it explode during the first stage. Second stage, 10 minutes. Explode. You discharge whatever it wants to get out. You let yourself go completely crazy. Scream, shout, cry, jump, shake yourself, dance, sing, laugh, throw yourself here and there, cry. Do not restrain yourself. Hit a pillow. Keep your whole body moving. For starters, you can do a little cheering. For the first time, you can be the one doing this action, but soon you will simply be the observer. The dynamic meditation will create a distance between you and the action you will perform. Action must come from the unconscious mind, and the conscious mind must only observe without judging. The moment you judge, you will no longer be an observer, but you will have identified with what is happening to you. Never let the mind interfere with what happened. Be total. Third stage, 10 minutes. With your hands raised and jump, shouting the mantra, Hu, 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 making the sound penetrate as deeply as possible inside you. Each time you return to the ground or the entire soles of your feet, let the sound affect the exact center, like a pulsation that occurs on the sexual center. Use all of yourself totally. Exhaust yourself. Try to keep a steady pace for the entire 10 minutes. Fourth stage, 15 minutes. When you hear the word stop, stop completely. Remain absolutely still in any position you are. Avoid circling your body. A cough, a movement, anything will dissipate the flow of energy and frustrate all your effort. Remain a witness to whatever happens to you. Fifth stage, 15 minutes. Celebrate, enjoy with music and dance. Express your gratitude for existence without any particular motivation. this is true prayer. If it is not possible for you to make noises in the space where you meditate, you can do dynamic meditation in silence. Instead of making sounds, let the catharsis in the second stage manifest itself totally in the movement of the body. In the third stage, the mantra who can be left to reverberate within in silence. Thank you for listening.